my opinion, Hurricane Ida was a blessing in disguise for the Saints.
Packers fans are idiots.
George Kittle loves to get yards, especially after the catch.
Welcome back to Certified Beef. We are here for the fourth. I think it's the fourth.
What?
Yeah, fourth annual record predictions.
Yeah.
It has
Fourth
to be
annual.
because we're seniors in college. We started this freshman year.
Today I got a Snapchat notification or memory that it was only 3 years ago today that we filmed our first episode. But that doesn't make any sense.
No, that would exactly make sense. Because 3 years ago today, it was 2021 that's how that works, Brandon.
Oh, yeah. No, it does make sense.
So this is the fourth annual record predictions. This year it's going to be a little different. It's just going to be me and Brandon doing it. And we have a punishment, obviously, that we've done. It's the Blazing Challenge. Unfortunately, times didn't work with Andrew to get it, but eventually we'll have him on and he'll fulfill his punishment because he's a man of
I think
order.
we'll do it during our hot takes episode. It only makes sense.
He's a man of integrity and honor, so he'll definitely fulfill his punishment.
Yeah.
But this year we're going to do it a little different. It's going to be between me and Brandon. We're going to combine the record predictions and book it with beef. And if you lose both of them, it's either going to be the same punishment or we might make it even more extreme. You never know. We might make you eat more wings than normal. But if we split it, we might just say, fuck it. We don't want to do the punishments or we'll both do it. And that's really probably what's going to happen, honestly, because historically, Brandon has always beat me in Book It With Beef. And I think I've done better in the record predictions than Brandon in most years. So besides the first year.
I think I beat it. I beat
is that
you
just
the last 3 years. I
Oh,
beat
is that
you
just
every
a
single year.
Am I just wrong? I'm just
Yeah,
that
'cause
bad at all this?
I beat you by half a point in year one.
That
Year
was
two,
brutal. That was tough.
I came in first place between me, you, and Andrew. And then last year, I'm pretty sure I came in first place. So,
Yeah, I didn't lose. That's all that mattered.
yeah. Well, you came in second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I did pretty good last year. This year, I definitely need to step up my game. I got some crazy, not some necessarily crazy, just some, I just went with vibes. There was no strategy with this at all. It was just vibes going through the entire schedule. And I think I like it pretty well. But we're just going to go by division. We'll obviously start in the AFC, finish with the NFC North. But yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. We'll start in the AFC South. Last year, the Texans were the divisional champs, and I have them repeating at 12-5.
I like that. Let me see. I got them going 11-6. I mean, this is the only competition this year is going to be from the Jaguars because they did get a little bit better. And then the Colts. This is Richardson's year to settle in. So I think, they're not going to be competing for as much as they would be in a year or two. But yeah.
I don't have them losing the divisional game, actually. I just think they're that much better than their divisional opponents. And the first game I would see them losing is week 1 against the Colts. But the issue is they got Richardson's coming back for the first game in almost a year. I think the Colts are going to be tight. They're not going to be clicking on all cylinders as I think the Texans will be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then Colts finished second in that. I mean, they obviously had a play-in game last year for the division with the Colts and the Texans. I have them going 8-9.
The Colts?
It's kind of it's just, I don't know. Not that I don't trust Anthony Richardson. Obviously, I haven't seen it, so it's hard to say, but it's just they still have they have a lot of holes on this team. They're not exceptional. They're just kind of a middle of the road team. That's kind of where I see them. They'll win some games where you don't expect them to, but then they'll lose games where you expect them to win.
Yeah, I got them finishing same exact record, except they're going 8-9. So yeah, I agree with everything you said. They're kind of like the Steelers of the AFC South. They're usually at least hovering around 500 for the most part. So they're always a sneaky-ish team there.
Wait, I did say 8-9 for the Colts, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. And then this is going to be one of the shockers. The Jags finished third in the division last year, and I think they get much worse. They have a
Oh, okay.
tough schedule. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence really at all. I really don't think they got that much better. They didn't really address the secondary very well. And to my knowledge, at least, could be very much. I haven't paid attention to a lot of the offseason this year. And maybe they did, but from what I know, their secondary hasn't improved. They obviously still have Josh Hines Allen. And then I don't know. That offense could be explosive. They did lose Calvin Ridley, but they replaced him with Brian Thomas. You just never know. Like Brian Thomas could be an absolute fucking bust, but I just don't see it with this team. I don't trust this team. I think they're gonna be bad. 3-14, that bad.
Yeah, their secondary is Tyson Campbell, and then Ronald Darby is the right cornerback.
Yeah, that's not good. That's
I mean,
not good.
Andre Cisco, I'll take him. He's a good enough strong safety, and then Darnell Savage has been up and down, so it's like I don't know what to expect out of this team. They did add Eric Armstead, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I have them finishing at 9-8, so they finish above the Colts. I think they're just gonna do exactly what they did last year.
Yeah, this definitely could be one of my teams that fucks me. I'm not gonna lie.
What was your record again?
3-14.
Oh yeah, like definitely.
But then, if you look at their schedule is brutal, absolutely brutal.
Yeah, they go with the ringer.
Yeah, it's Dolphins, Browns, Bills, Texans, and then a divisional opponent at Bears, and they get an easy one against the Patriots. Packers, Eagles, Vikings, Lions, Texans again, divisional opponent on the road, Jets at the Raiders, divisional opponent at home with Titans and the Colts. That's a very hard schedule.
Yep.
Very, very hard. And they tend to lose a lot of games away from Jacksonville.
That is true. Forgot about that.
A lot of games. They lose. They are not very good on the road. And
best case for us is that it just splits like right down the middle, and it's like
which is very well probably what it will be. Yeah,
6 and whatever.
That's probably what it will be. Let's be honest, but yeah. So, all right, Brandon, you said 9-8. So yeah, it's very drastic difference there. But that's probably like the only team, honestly, that I will say that I have is crazy, like out of the at least to my
I think
standards.
There's definitely points for both of our cases there that
for sure. I definitely I could see them going 9-8, but that schedule, and I just not a big believer in that team.
Yeah, no, I agree with that part. Too late.
All right,
locked in.
Yeah, no, I'm locked in. I'm very confident in it, or not very confident, but I don't trust them. So, but yeah, and then we got the Titans. I have them going 3-14. It's just a very mediocre team. They have a new coach. It's just going to be hard. It's just going to be a weird transition, I think, for them.
Yeah.
So I just don't see them producing that much.
And it seems like one of your better stars wants out because I don't know. Jeffrey Simmons does not seem like he's very happy in Nashville right now from all the stuff that's been going around.
Yeah, he probably will end up either getting traded or probably just like leaving in the offseason.
Yeah, that's my guess.
So, all right, we will move into the AFC North, one of the best divisions in football.
For sure.
And then we have the Ravens won the division last year at 13-4. I have them taking a little bit of a step back, not too bad, at 11-6. I just think that the Bengals will be better again. The Browns will still be there. I don't know. It's just this kind
Steelers.
of
I have the Steelers. I have them
this year.
I'm repeating as 13-4 division champs again. They did get worse in the wide receiver department, which I don't really care for. I think Bateman and Flowers are two wide receivers. Neither of them is a one yet, which
Yeah,
they
Zay
should.
Flowers needs to ascend to a 1 for them to be
Yeah, they
one
need
of the
to like
best.
either look for that at like the deadline or just hope that Zay Flowers or Bateman just breaks out for them.
Mhm. Yeah, but I totally. You said 13-4, correct? That's
Yes.
what I thought. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Next up, the Browns. I think they went 11-6 last year, and I have them repeating at 11-6. They really weren't that bad with Deshaun Watson last year. Before he went down, they kind of just. I mean, they probably. I can't remember what their record was. I think they were like 7-3 or something like that when he left. So like it, or like maybe a little bit worse. Um, but they weren't bad, and I think yes, he doesn't look good, but I think they'll be better. And that defense is still really, really good to where I trust that defense a lot. Um, and yeah, I just think, and they're a well coached football team, so I think they'll be just as good as they were last year at 11-6.
This is probably when Nick Chubb gets healthy again, even with him not, this is probably the most well-rounded team in all of football. Like
Yeah, if they
you've
had a
got
better quarterback, if Deshaun Watson plays up to the level he can, I would say
yeah,
yes.
but like they were able to do things with old ass Joe Flacco last year, get him into the playoffs and everything like that. Now Joe Flacco did play great, but it's still like he was not the most like efficient over that stretch, and they were still able to get
Hmm.
everything done. So, yeah, I got them going 12-5, so just one game better this year.
Yeah, I totally can see that they're a very, very good team. Yeah, they didn't really, the Ravens didn't really do anything. They basically just like rinse and repeat looking at their depth chart. All right. Next we move to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They somehow finished 10-7 last year. I have no idea
That's
how.
crazy.
Um, as much as I want to believe in the Mike Tomlin over 500 or 500, I just can't this year. This is the year I have to take a little bit of a stand. I mean, I want to make it their record a little bit better, but I just can't trust their quarterback play. But I have them going 6-11.
I'm very similar. I got them going 7-10. It's yeah, it's not looking good over there. Like the defense is still gonna do its thing, but the offense is gonna be iffy. And George Pickens is probably gonna be wanting out before the season's end. So as per
That'd be
usual.
funny. Yeah, I think I had him at like 4-13, and then I'm like, I respect Mike Tomlin enough. He'll win a game he shouldn't,
Yeah.
two of them, and I'm like, yeah, I just can't. I
Like
can't do that.
they're the only one that you can take into effect that's like, oh, it's the Steelers. Like I don't think anyone else on
Yeah,
like this list who
for
was
like
like,
teams that are not very good.
yes, exactly. They can say, oh, they're gonna win a game that they shouldn't.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. All right, and then we have the Bengals, who somehow they also like this team. Every team finished above 500, which is insane. They finished 9-8 last year. Probably would have been a lot better if Joe Burrow finished the season. I have them going 13-4. I think I'm scared about the Jamar situation, but like I saw something, they're like with the Chiefs playing, them playing the Chiefs next week, that competitive factor will kick in, and I think it will. I think he'll get the deal done by that week. I mean, it's gonna be crazy because he's in practice all fucking training camp. So who knows how much he'll be ramped up or whatever, but
He'll
they
be
say he
fine.
has been doing his own thing on the side, like without the team, though, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no, that's the only thing that would worry me about this team, but this team is still very good.
Yeah. Uh, they're going to be battle tested in this AFC North division. I have them going 11-6 just because we don't know how Burrow's going to look coming back from the injury. They seem just kind of shaky at the end of the year, so we'll see what they got for this year coming up. I think they got at least 10 wins in them though.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure how that like not like how the injury his injury worked, but like if it really affects like throwing at all, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
not
I
sure
have
either.
no idea. All right. We move into the AFC West. The Chiefs went 11-6 last year, and that was not even a good 11-6, and they still won the Super Bowl. I have them going 13-4. They're the Chiefs. Yeah, that's all I got to say. They're the Chiefs, and they're probably going to win a lot of fucking football games.
I got 14-3 right there with you. It should be easy pickings against the Chargers and the Broncos this year. So that's 4 wins right there. And then it's not like they play. I actually have them going 6-0 in the division. I think they could toss one up between the Raiders because I think the Raiders are going to be better this year. But there's not many like true tests, I guess, on here for
Yeah,
the Chiefs.
no,
I
I can
mean,
agree with that.
you got the 49ers, you got the
They have
Ravens,
the
you got the
Bengals week
Bengals.
2.
Yeah. But then
They have
the
to play the
Bills,
Browns.
Bills and the Browns.
They have a decent
Otherwise,
amount of they have a decent amount of teams they have to play, but
yeah.
they also play a chunk of them at home, which helps.
And like they've just kind of gotten better this year, so it's not like last year
Yeah,
was
yeah,
all
they have
doubt.
gotten
This year
better.
it's like, all right, we know what we're dealing with here. It's the Chiefs. Let's just move on. We're good with that.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're just gonna be a really good team. There's nothing else to say about it.
Exactly.
All right. And then next we have the Broncos, who also finished at 8-9. I don't know how that happened either. I had them going 5-12. Rookie quarterback, this team has definitely gotten worse. They have
Yeah.
a very bad wide receiver room. It's just gonna be a lot of growing pains. But who knows? Bo Nix could be good. You never know. But it's just I don't know. Sean Payton is still like I don't understand how that guy has a job. He's the most overrated coach in the NFL. For a Super Bowl he won 15 years ago. Makes no fucking sense. Yeah, I don't know. Just I fucking hate him. So, but yeah,
Yep. Nope.
this can be a mid team.
They got much worse. I don't know why I know Jerry Judy's not the guy they want him to be, but why not just kind of stick with him? Like, I didn't they got a decent return for him from the Browns? Like, wasn't
I
it
think it
a
was like
third?
maybe. I think they need to move on from him. It's just it was his third year already.
Something like that.
Fourth. I think it was his fourth. No,
Let's
because he was
see.
the same draft as Jefferson.
Fourth year, yeah.
Yeah, so you need like if it's not working out, you got to move on from a guy by then. I mean, look at the fucking Jets. They fucking. I mean, Elijah Moore was a second round pick. They traded him after like what year one, year two. They just said sayonara, buddy.
Yeah,
Like you just sometimes you just got to move on. If it's not working, you just got to get
that
rid
is
of them.
true. Did I say it 4-13? That's why I
Yeah.
got him. Okay.
All right, and then we got the Chargers with John Harbaugh or no Jim Harbaugh. I corrected myself. This team, as much as I think Jim will make a big difference, I still don't know if it will make them improve that much. I got them going 5-12 again. It's just not a very talented roster is the issue. Um, they'll probably look more competent, honestly, as a team.
I got him going 6-11. I think they're gonna be around the same because it's gonna be that 1 year transitional period. Maybe we'll get to see Easton Stick play more football this year. Who knows?
I hope not. Why would
They're,
we have to watch him play football again?
I don't know. In case Herbert gets hurt, that's what
Uh,
mostly
I
tanked their season. And Mike Williams going down, but yeah, they got rid of their entire offense, which is weird. But I don't know. You do.
you got to do it. You got to overhaul. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to get like they needed to. They needed to make a change, bring in some different talent, get rid of Keenan Allen. Like it's just it was like I mean they just couldn't afford to pay him either is the issue.
yeah. Now you're giving Harbaugh a fresh slate. Let him bring in his guys. It is Greg Roman though, so how much do we trust him? I don't know. Bring over Gus Edwards. Someone knows the system.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
6-11,
And J.K. Dobbins.
and J.K. Dobbins. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. The Raiders. Uh, I think they take a step back this year, even though their defense will improve. I think they take maybe a little bit of step back. They do have a harder schedule than last year. That also factors into it too for me. I think they go 6-11. I just don't know. Like, I don't think it's much of an upgrade to go from Gardner Minshew to Aiden O'Connell. Like, how much of an upgrade is it at quarterback?
I have more trust in Gardner Minshew than Aiden O'Connell.
I do, but I don't know how much it makes a difference, though.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have them. I feel like they're gonna be better this year. Or actually the same. They're going 8-9. I like what Antonio Pierce is doing over there. He's got the locker room under control now, unlike Josh McDaniel.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see them be better than that. I just don't see it because I do like Antonio Pierce.
Hmm.
I don't know. Watching the receiver show made me like the Raiders a little bit more. Devontae Adams is kind of a scumbag though. Like watching that, like some of the shit he says, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like he was talking about how he's like, yeah, the wins and losses don't matter to me. It's all about the greatness. Talking about like himself. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I mean, maybe he was just. I think it was more just like his frustration with Josh McDaniels because he stopped talking about that after the fact once he got fired. So maybe that was the issue. But like, first part of that show, I was like, wow, this guy's a fucking asshole.
This should be one of the better defenses in the NFL, or at least like the defensive line is scary as hell.
Yeah.
But the the skill group is not where you want it. Alexander Madison and Zamir White leading the backfield, and then
Yeah, it's gross. It reminds me a lot of the Vikings backfield last year.
Devontae Adams, trust him. Yeah, like he's not going to let you down. And then you have question marks at tight end. Like Brock Bowers is going to be, he should be very good, but is that going to be immediate production or is it going to take a little bit of time? Who knows?
I just think it's crazy that they drafted a tight end last year in the second round of Mayer, and then they just went ahead and drafted one
That's
in
why I
round
didn't like
one.
that pick.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, but what can you do? Nothing.
Nope.
All right, we move into the AFC East. Bills won the division last year at I think 11-6, correct?
I
Yes.
believe so. Oh, hold
And
up.
I have
Hold up.
them.
I need to. I guess I forgot a game for the Bills and the Dolphins.
That
Whoops.
happened to me too. Oh, I wonder if they play each other then. That happened to me too, honestly.
Okay,
Like,
that's fine with me. Okay, yep.
yeah,
Perfect.
I have them. I have them repeating as 11-6. Um, this team, I think they're being honestly underrated. They obviously lost a lot, but what they brought in to like fit the mold of the team and to try to replace the talent that they lost, I think they did well in that aspect, and I think that they kind of stay similar to what they were last year, and what is just a good football team.
Yep. I got them at 12-5, so not far from you. It's not like, yeah, losing Stefan Diggs is gonna probably suck a little bit, but it's probably gonna honestly be a much, maybe not friendlier is the word, but a more cohesive locker room. And then Gabe Davis, he was all right. Moving on.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Moving on to the Dolphins. This team is weird to me. I don't know how to. They just. I don't know. Their defense scares me always, and then I don't trust Tua that much. I think that they're gonna have some. I think that they're gonna be exposed a little bit this year. I have them going 8-9. I don't think they're gonna be as good as they were last year.
I am going 10-7. I agree with what you said. Their backfield is very injury prone so far. So who knows what's going to happen with them if Mostert and A-Chain both go down. Uh, Tua, yeah, he's carried by Hill and Waddle. They did add Odell, so that might be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, 10-7. I think that's a fair spot for them. They do have a lot of
Yeah,
winter games, like away from home
they
at
have
the
a
end of the
tough,
season.
very tough like end of the season. They
Yeah.
have the Packers, the Jets, the Texans, the 49ers, the Browns, and the Jets.
Hmm.
And two of those games are at home and four of them are on the road. And most of them, the one on the road, or only one of them is in a warm weather state. But yeah, no, they just got tough matchups. They have a lot of the real issue with them is their schedule. Their tough games are all on the road,
Yeah.
and I don't trust them very much away from home. Especially when it gets warm. Like they're such a soft team. It's like crazy because like you think about it, Mike McDaniel comes from the Shanahan tree, and you would think, oh, look at he comes from Kyle Shanahan, and you look at Kyle Shanahan, the games that he's won as a coach, he's gone into Green Bay twice in a cold weather playoff games, and he's won by beating the shit out of the Packers. And I just don't see that the Dolphins being able to do that with any team. They look so like a cold weather game. They look like they've never fucking stepped foot in a cold weather environment. And maybe they should just like fucking practice in a fucking. They should just like travel before these cold games and practice all week in these cold weather environments to not be such pussies. Because they are. They literally look like a bunch of pussies out there when they play. They look so cold, and it's incredible. But fuck that. They're just fucking so soft. All right. Next up, the Jets. Very fucking weird season last year for them, obviously. My record doesn't reflect Hassan Reddick. I mean, it would be nice if he plays, but I still think they'll be really good on defense, and I have them going 13-4.
Ooh, okay. Title.
I don't know why the fuck I have them going 13-4. Mainly because they don't have a hard schedule because of their third place finish. And a lot of their harder games are at home. I do have them losing to the fucking Cardinals on the road. Just a weird game. But a lot of their harder games are at home. And I think their offense will be really good this year. I know that they have like the weapons and stuff, but like I think Breece Hall is huge for Aaron Rodgers coming off the Achilles. Having a security blanket like that and just being able to run the football. And they have a really good offensive line now. They went from like one of the worst offensive lines to somehow having like one of the best offensive lines at football. So I trust that defense, and Robert Salah is a defensive guy. So
Is this the year he finally gets off the hot seat?
If he has a record like this, yes.
I think if
playoffs, yes.
Yeah, if they make the playoffs, that's the biggest thing. According to me, though, they don't. I have them at 9-8, and this is just a cursed franchise. They're gonna lose some games that they should definitely win, and that's kind of it. I don't think I just changed it, but I also have them losing to the Cardinals. So the Jets are gonna jet, just like the Chargers are gonna Chargers.
It's just that like the Cardinals always just have a weird game when they host a team and they always win a game like that.
Yep.
Or they like go win a game that's weird. Like the fucking Eagles game last year, I would have never thought that would have happened.
The Cowboys?
No, when they beat the Eagles in week 17 for the 49ers to win or get the 1 seed.
Oh.
It was just weird. But yeah. I don't know. All right. Now we move into the abysmal part of the AFC East, the Patriots. I have them going to 3-14. Just not very good.
Nope.
They have very little. They don't have a very talented roster. And
yeah, who's their number one wide receiver? Is it
Demario Douglas?
Is it?
Yeah.
According to Matt, it's Kendrick Bourne.
I disagree.
But yeah, they did not put. I know you needed a quarterback, but dang, you did not put Drake May in a very good situation here. Don't like the Gerard Mayo hire. Really, it's the Patriots way. I get that, but come on, you lose Judon. Gonzalez is coming back from a season-ending injury. Like, this team is just going to be pretty shitty. So I got them. Where is it? 2-15. I think they have they're tied for the worst records overall. 2-15.
Yeah, I think I have them going like, let's see, 1-11 in the first 12 weeks. I think if it's like 1-9, I think it's time to see Drake May at least. I feel like if I was a Patriots fan, I'd
When's
want to
their
see Drake
bye?
May.
Oh, the week 14.
12,
That's a late
week
bye.
14. Yeah, so it's
Ooh.
like if I was a Patriots fan, I'd want like a week 10 bye because that's when you switch to Drake May right then and there. But that's tough. Like you got to switch to him mid-season then if you're going to. Yeah, that definitely sucks. All
Yeah.
right, we'll move on to the NFC side of things. Uh, we'll start in the NFC West. We'll start with the division winners from last year, the San Francisco 49ers. Last year they went 13-4, if I remember correctly.
12-5.
12-5. Oh, definitely thought they were better. That's because I haven't going 13-4 this year. That's probably why I thought that.
Okay.
Just a really good football team. Salary cap doesn't exist to them, kind of like the Rams that one year. They signed anyone and everyone to his extension. Apparently after this year, though, they're in cap hell, is what I've heard. But every team just somehow fucking figures out how to maneuver the cap. I wish the NFL would just not have deferred. Like, I wish they just didn't have like where they can make the pay. Like, you get your money later on the contract. It should just be the same amount every year. And when you sign an extension, we shouldn't have to be dead money on like the way like cap hits work is so like we're paying like Kirk Cousins like $28 million this year. It's awesome. In dead money. It's just stupid. Like the cap makes no sense. But this is gonna be a really good football team. They're all around just fucking good. They have a bad offensive line though. That's the only thing that scares me about them. They have a very, very bad offensive line outside of Trent Williams.
And he did just get extended, so
Yeah. Thanks to Ricky Pearsall.
I have them. This is, I think, the top team overall for me. I got them going 15-2. That seems a little high now that I'm looking at it, but they're besides the Super Bowl, they're a big game team, and I believe in them. And they got some difficult games this year. I have them dropping to the Rams in LA and then the Dolphins. I don't know why the Dolphins. I think I needed to even out somewhere. But yeah, like I believe in this team against like the Bills or the Packers
Mm-hmm.
and the Lions. Yeah,
I like the Lions in a revenge game there.
it's gonna be an interesting one, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, we move into the Rams. Last year, 10-7, a very surprising team to many after that weird 5-12 record. I have them going 11-6. I think this is gonna be a really good football team. They have one of the best offensive lines. Their defense, obviously losing Aaron Donald, but it's still young and improving. They draft two studs from Florida State. I think Brandon Fisk is a very underrated draft pick in the second round. And they have Kyron Williams, who was an emerging star last year. Matthew Stafford is very underrated still somehow. And they have great weapons.
Yep.
Demarcus Robinson, resurgence as a third wide receiver. Like they just have depth at that they have depth at skill positions, and that helps. And I think they'll be a very good football team this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think let's see. I have them at 12-5, so I'm right there with you. Only thing is until Higbee gets all right, it's Colby Parkinson, which isn't great, but he's serviceable at least. They got Cam Curl, so that's pretty good. He's got a star depth trait, for all I know. That's about the extent. Oh wait, is Kobe Turner's gonna build on last year. He's gonna be even better this year.
Oh yeah, like sleeper, like should have been talked about for defensive rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, he was good.
All their linebackers are kind of weak though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, they definitely don't have great linebackers.
But those can also get hidden a little bit more easy than like a bad corner or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm realizing that when it comes to teams, I have them winning like basically every home game a lot of times, the good teams, and that just looks really stupid.
But it's usually
Yeah,
true. So
it is normally true. So like I don't feel as bad, but like it's just fucking weird. But like I mean, flip a home game and away game, then it's the same record.
Mhm.
All right, we move to JJ's favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks. I have them going 8-9. I don't know how happy he would be about that. Obviously, he probably wants them to make the playoffs, but I don't know how mad he would be mad at me for saying them being that bad. Rookie coach. I don't know if I trust them that much. I don't trust Gino. Never been a Gino guy. I don't trust Gino. Got worse on defense. Lost both of their starting safeties. Quandre Diggs and Blitz Boy. But we'll see. They could be better than this. Very well could be, but I just think Gino holds them back.
Yeah, I have them going 9-8, just a reversal of yours. Still not making the playoffs, if I'm correct. Yep, number 9 overall seed in the NFC. Julian Love did look pretty solid in the time he did play
Well, he
last
is
year.
good.
Yeah,
He is
so yeah, it's gonna be a defense first team, and then we don't know how much more Tyler Lockett has in him. Like he's probably gonna play forever, but uh, I I think this may be the start of the year where like he passes the torch to JSN and like
JJ told me because obviously he would know. He said that Tyler Lockett has like a year left after this, maybe. They said that like if he doesn't or basically he has once his contract's up, he's gone.
okay,
Like he's either done with football or he's going to be off the team. But he already said according to JSN is wide receiver 2.
big ball knower JJ.
So I would say Seahawk ball knower. I would not go ball knower. Dude is definitely definitely does not have as much ball knowledge
Negative ball
as
knowledge.
he might have negative ball knowledge. Or he has ball knowledge on stuff you don't need to know.
That yes.
Shit that's not important. All right. We move on to a team that could be very exciting this year, in my opinion. I think they're going to be electric on offense. But I don't know about defense. We got the Cardinals going 6-11.
That's respectable. I did not give him as much respect. I got him going 3-14.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let's look at where I had them falling. They probably could take another one from the Seahawks. I would not be surprised by that. But
Oh, yeah, I have them beat the Seahawks.
yeah, let's pull up their depth chart real quick.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I have them winning a decent chunk of their home games. That's where like all their wins are actually. But
I guess their defense kind of scares me, is all it is.
yeah, they play a lot of inferior opponents at home.
Why
Like
is Zaven Collins listed as the lefty end?
I think he switched.
That's crazy. Middle linebacker to defensive end is a crazy.
Well, Hassan
transition.
Reddick was an off-ball linebacker, and then they switched him to defensive end.
I guess.
Oh, Zaven Collins sucked. That's why.
He was good his first year and then just went down from there.
Oh, they just play a lot of inferior. They play like the Commanders, the Chargers. They play the Bears at home, which I had them winning that game. They play the Patriots at home. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we move to the NFC East. Cowboys won the division last year. It's been like 20 years since they've had a repeat division champion in this division, and in my opinion, it ends here. And the Cowboys repeating. People bring up the defense for the Cowboys, but I don't understand how it's going to be worse than it was last year. They still have CeeDee Lamb. The running back is running back. Like, who cares? I just think they're going to be a good football team. Plus, Mike McCarthy's job is on the fucking line, so he needs to produce a fucking really good season. So I have them going 13-4.
Yeah, I'm going 14-3, so I agree with you that the drought of back-to-back ends here. Yeah, I think they're just the best team in this division. Like the Eagles can make a case, but like the Cowboys are just it right now. And this is kind of like McCarthy's on the hot seat. You got Micah Parsons and Dak who need to be paid. This is kind of their all or nothing year, so they need to capitalize on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting if Dak ends up being a free agent. What's gonna happen? Because he could get paid by a shit ton of money by
Oh
some
yeah,
teams. Like some people like Dak. I'm not a huge Dak guy, but he played a lot better than he was before. Because I would have said that Kirk Cousins is better than Dak before last year, and I would say Dak is probably better. Just based off last year, he played fucking insane. After that 1 year where he threw like 16 interceptions or whatever. All right, we move on to the Philadelphia Eagles. They had a fucking weird season last year. That finish they had was remarkable to say the least. They definitely got better on offense. Obviously, they lose Jason Kelsey, but they bring in a guy like Saquon. It's a pretty good upgrade right there. Their defense is still very suspect. Their secondary they bring in my guy Quinyon Mitchell. So maybe they can improve in the secondary, but they lost Bradbury for weeks now. Not that that makes a difference. He's still a fucking open door in the secondary. But you will see. If they can improve, Cooper Jean might end up having to play. Who knows? He might end up starting.
bro. Okay. I'm just looking at the man ratings right now. He might get moved to strong safety because Sidney Brown is apparently their starter right now.
Yeah, he should be. He's our starting slot corner.
I mean, strong safety.
Oh,
It's Sidney
Sidney
Brown.
Brown is?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. I feel like he was their starting slot corner. I don't know.
maybe
Either
does
way,
Blankenship play strong safety too, or he's probably gonna get
yes.
moved over there. That and then CD Deuce will play free safety or one the.
Oh, that's right. CD Deuce is back. I
He is
forgot that.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting. Cooper DeJean might not even end up on the field, which
I would not be surprised.
if he doesn't,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's sad.
I don't know. It's
Well, actually, no, he will because he'll be the punt returner.
hmm And Darius Slade and Bradbury both old, so
Oh, Darius Slade, that's right. He's still playing. I forgot about him too.
yeah, he's still.
Maybe hey, if Bradbury fucking getting hurt might be a blessing in disguise because then you got Quinyon Mitchell fucking studying it up on that team. Sucks that he had to go there. I like that guy.
Yep.
I completely forgot that they still had Darius Slay too. Like he's old. So is James Bradbury. I just like fucking they went just threw him out of my brain.
What was the prediction?
11-6.
6. Okay, I'm right there with you. So we already explained what we had to.
All right. Next up, we got the Giants. This team's gonna fucking suck.
Yep.
Got them going 2-15.
Hey,
It's gonna be
same.
they're gonna be bad. They're gonna be so fucking bad.
And it's gonna be fun to watch. That's what we're
Maybe
excited for.
maybe Malik Neighbors. Yeah, I say that they're gonna be so fucking bad, and then they'll somehow beat the Vikings week 1, which I don't think they will, but they somehow will.
I wish that
They
Brian
somehow
Burns
could.
didn't have to go there to the. I like Brian
Yeah.
Burns. He went to the
Yeah, I mean,
Giants.
they could have a solid defense, but fuck that Daniel Jones just like that dude does not move the needle even a little bit. Like
No.
maybe negative even. Yeah, that's just a disaster.
They got the all Big Ten strong safeties and Dane Belton and Tyler Newman. So that's kind of funny.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And then the Washington Commanders, they're I don't know if this is actually improving on last year. 4-13. That's what I got them going.
That's the same.
They just have a lot of holes still.
Yep.
A lot of holes.
Last year I think I was high on the Commanders, and then I learned my lesson, and now I'm probably swinging too far the other way. But I have them going 2-15 as well. Free my boy Scary Terry, and then everyone else can just rot over there. That's fine. Maybe get Brian Robinson Jr. out there too. But yeah,
Man. Yeah, who knows?
2-15.
Yeah, that is nuts. 2-15. All right,
But
we'll move to the.
I don't feel too bad since you're at 4-13, so it's not like there's gonna be a huge.
Yeah, but if it goes to like 5, if it goes to 5 and if they go 5-12, anything that goes ahead of 4-13 is a benefit to me.
Yeah,
in that scenario. All right, we move to the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers won this division, I think, at 9-8 last year.
yes.
Yeah, I have them going 8-9. There's just an old roster still. They're just trying. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of like they have like the pieces to be good, but I feel like they're going to somewhat go into a transitional phase where they have to get rid of like a lot of their veterans and stuff. And I see that happening. Like this is the start. I don't know. They're just I mean, it's the NFC South. The NFC South also. I think when I was doing this by like week 9 or 10, I think their best record was like 4-6 in the division, or week 11. They have a tough schedule. All of them do. So
I know mine was like around 500 for the most part for
it was bad.
A good amount of teams. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, no, I have them going 8-9.
I have them going 9-8. I think they just do exactly the same thing that they did last year, and that was hopefully their defense just is good from the start and not whatever it was last year, because that was wild.
Was it really bad last year? I can't remember.
What was it? Didn't they give up like 400 passing yards or whatever to the Texans? Or
yeah,
large ass
I think that was in
number?
the middle. I think that was in the middle of the season. Like the
Oh yeah,
middle
like
part
they
of the
start
season.
out like decent and then they just went downhill and then they just found it again. That's what happened.
Yeah. All right. We move on to. We'll just go the Falcons. I don't remember the records honestly. I think it was the
7-10.
Falcons. 7-10 last year.
Mm-hmm.
I have them going 10-7. I think I had them at like 7-7, and then they turn it on to win the division, win 3 in a row.
Yep, I got 10-7 also. This is their division to win. I think
They should win.
Yes, they should win. They have the best overall roster, I think, in this division.
Yeah.
Corners are still a little weird. Because Mike Hughes is their second outside of AJ Terrell. So,
that's such a weird way to phrase it. They're a little weird.
Yeah. But you get Justin Simmons and Matthew Judon, so like I think that makes up for it.
Yeah, I mean they just they just kind of had like a quietly like a really good off season.
Yep. And they got good offensive line.
Yeah, they have a really good offensive line. They like brought in Justin Simmons on a rental, but like he's still like a top safety, which I can't believe he didn't get signed by no one. Like, is there something that I don't know about him?
He was just probably asking for a lot of money. Still should draft Dallas Turner, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. But who knows?
Oh wait, they got Ruka Rororo or whatever. However you say it. Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up, see if I can pronounce this. But yeah, that was great, Brennan. Move on to the Saints. Shut up. I got them going 8-9. This will just be I think this team will be better than they were last year. I don't remember.
Well,
what was their record last year?
9-8, so they're not.
They went 9-8 last year?
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
Unless I wrote it down wrong, but I do not think. Yep, 9-8.
Yeah, no, I just don't. I don't know anything. Oh my God, Rook Aroharo.
And he's one of the ones like Vita Vea where it's like the extended long first name, but they just shorten it to Rook.
Oh my God, Rook Aroharo. What a name. All right, yeah, that was cool. He's a rookie. All right, Rook Aroharo.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound fucked up at all. All right, Brandon, what do you got?
Oh, the Saints,
What
I
do
got
you?
him going 6-11.
Yeah,
Don't
I can
trust them
see
at
that
all.
too.
Uh,
Yeah.
Chris Olave gives me no hope after that press conference or that soundbite that he gave.
Oh,
So
I missed that.
the is was there any play this off season or whatever that made you think, oh, we're gonna be good this year? No, not really. Like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I do remember
So
that now.
we're gonna I don't think I'm not sure if Dennis Allen gets fired yet. So I still think that defense is gonna be good. They signed my boy Pete Werner to an extension. So
I did see that.
I don't think there's any relation, but I'd like to think so.
Why
Uh
is he your? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, why is he your boy?
yep, he's my boy. But yeah, so defense still should be good. Offense, question marks. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Derek Carr is a check down merchant, as they like to say. I like to call that. Yeah, that's what they like to call him. He's kind of bad. All right, move on to the Carolina Panthers. I think they improve on last year.
Yep.
Crazy as that sounds, 6-11.
Oh, really improved. I
Uh,
don't
they
think
just have they just
that
have easier games at home.
it's not that hard to do when you go 2-15.
Yeah, no.
Uh, yeah, I got him going 4-13, so not as much as you, but I believe in this team a little bit more. I think they'll probably get one game that they're not supposed to. And let's see, what does their schedule look like? Let's pull it up for a moment. Do.
They just kind of play like a lot of shitty opponents at home
Yep.
and like divisional opponents.
Oh, never mind. They beat everyone that they should maybe beat. So disregard what I just said.
Nice.
Yep.
Perfect.
We know what we're doing.
All right, we move on to the Detroit Lions, the winners of the NFC North last year for the first time ever. Ever, I said. That's crazy.
Yep.
I have them going 12-15,
That's not possible.
winning the division. Or 12-5. Jesus. 12-5. Yep, 12 and
I mean,
15.
I would love it if there was 27 weeks to a football season. That'd be kind of lit. But
Oh, I saw a TikTok today. She was like, "Yeah, we need some changes in the NFL. The first thing is we need to have a woman running this." And I said, "I don't know about this." Not being sexist, but I was like, "I don't know about this." But then she had some good ideas. Every team plays each other, and the guy
okay.
was like, "Well, that's a lot of weeks." And then she's
Yeah.
like, "Well, play 2 games a week." And he's like, "Well, that's not very good for player safety." And she's like, "Well, we'll have more padding for the helmets, like guarding caps, basically required." But then she's like, I wish every team had 50 or every state had a team. And she's like, only one team per state. So then he's like 50 weeks. She's like, no, we'll have 2 games a week. So it'd be a 49 game season.
49 games. So
That would be fucking awesome. But it
you
will
would need
never
a
happen.
you would need to field 2 rosters for that. That'd be like spring training where you do the split squads.
No, it was basically what the guy was like, yeah, you or someone either the guy or she was like, yeah, one of the games you just have your backups play, and I'm like, I would be on board, but that would be insane.
You could not have bye weeks for that. You would just have to pound it out.
Yeah, yeah, pound it out.
All right, but yeah, I got Lions going 12-5 also.
Yep. All right, we move on to my least favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. I have them going 11-6. I think they could be better than this, honestly. I'm very scared. They are a very good team this year. I think they're going to be really good.
Yeah, I am going 12-5, second place in the division because I think I have the Lions. Do I have the Lions beating them both times? I might. Nope. Oh yeah, I do. So that's why. But yeah, they did lose Devondre Campbell, but again, he's a linebacker. He's pretty easily replaceable, especially the way that Quay Walker played last year. Like he stepped up. So Yeah, it's going to be it's it's a two-team race. It's Lions and the Packers, and there's no way around that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. As much as I don't want to, I could definitely agree with that. All right, we move on to what is a very hyped up team this year, Chicago Bears. I have them going 9-8. I do think this team is their defense is going to be really good,
Oh
and I
yeah,
do believe in Caleb Williams. I think there'll be some growing pains, and they'll lose some games that they probably have a good chance of winning. Um, but yeah, I think they have a very good chance of making the playoffs. Honestly,
oh yeah, I
I
agree.
mean,
Like,
in mine, they're like 2 games out of making the playoffs, like because the Eagles are my 7th seed, they're 11-6. But I definitely think that they have a shot at winning the division or not winning the Jesus. I mean, they could if they finish better than 9-8, they definitely could, but I don't think they will.
yeah, this is another. Well, I guess we haven't seen Caleb Williams play yet, but this is a nicely rounded roster. They could get better on the defensive line because it's Montez Sweat, and then it's a bunch of just basically not nobodies, I guess. But otherwise, every position you've got a pretty much like noteworthy guy there. So except for like offensive line, but who knows those guys? So yeah, I like this. I like this team. It's going to be a fun team to keep an eye on, like not root for, but just kind of let them do their thing. I got them going 8-9. Hoping to see a lot of punts this year. So
Shut up. See, the Bears are a product of the way I do my rankings. I have them going 9-0 at home and 0-8 on the road. Like that's
oh,
just
that's
like
crazy.
yeah. I don't try to do that because I go through that. I go
Yeah,
week by week. I don't do it like by team
yeah.
because that's stupid. All right, Brandon, I'll have you go first for the Vikings.
Oh, I think
I I
I'm
just
just
want to
gonna
hear what
pull
you
up.
say first.
I'm gonna pull up the depth chart real quick so I can make sure I can make cohesive thoughts here and not sound like
This
an
is
idiot.
this one. This sucks. I hate this because if we had a good quarterback, I honestly think we'd win the division.
I think we'd have a good
That
shot.
might be that might be like crazy talk, but
Maybe this is what I'm hoping for more than what I think is going to
oh,
happen.
this is what I have is exactly not that I this is maybe a far stretch, but I will say this is exactly what I want to happen.
Okay, I
Go
have the
ahead.
Vikings going 4-13.
You want them to go 4-13?
I want them to get a high draft pick and just suit up for next year.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Because let's see, I think we win week one, and then we drop the next six until the Colts game.
I think we beat the Lions at home coming off the bye.
That I could see that happening, and then beat the Titans. We probably Bears. We might steal one from them,
Not on the road. No.
but the one at home we got a shot.
Yes,
And
yes.
then yeah, I think we go according to what I have right now. We go on a 5 game losing streak to end the season. So
That's insane. What?
I like I like what we've done this off season. It does suck to lose to Neil Hunter and Kirk Cousins, especially coming off of like career years. Like Jonathan Grenard is not going to be really close to Daniil Hunter, I don't
Oh,
think. But
he definitely could. He definitely
think
could.
so.
I mean, Daniil had like a freakish season. Like
Yeah, that is true.
he was not even like I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, as good as he was with sacks, he was like there's parts of the games where you did not know he was playing.
That is also true. Um, I think we're in the perfect stage that if we do bad this year, we're just primed for next year and the years to come. So that's kind of why I'm
Yeah,
hoping
I
that
mean we
it's
are.
4-13.
You seriously think that with the roster we have, we can go 4-13? Like I honestly don't even think that's possible.
I don't know. We
Because if you just go through our schedule, the rosters we have compared to these teams, we have a better roster than the Giants,
Hmm.
better roster than the Jags, Titans, the Cardinals. I would say, arguably, you could say that we almost have a better roster than the Falcons, but that's at home. We have a better roster than, or we have a better roster than the Colts. So that's like 5 teams where I would say we have a better roster, and then you have divisional opponents on there. I'm like, this is like, I was just going through based off vibes, and I think we could be a lot better than this. Is like basically the ceiling for this team. Like I wasn't trying to do this. I think we're gonna go like 7-10, but like just going through the thing, the schedule, this is fucking crazy. I think I have them going 9-8, and this is like this
That's your
is
prediction,
it's crazy.
9-8?
Yes,
Okay.
this is actually what I hope for because like as much as I want the high draft pick, like cool. I feel like it would be better for the team to be somewhat good and like close to playoffs, but just miss. Because then you bring in JJ McCarthy the next year. The team has good vibes going into next year.
Okay.
Because like
I get where you're coming from.
as much as it would be nice to have a good draft pick. We have a lot of cap space coming up next year, and like this draft honestly is kind of weak coming up for what we need. We don't need a quarterback.
Nope.
We don't need a wide receiver.
Nope.
So like what we need a corner, but unless you're getting Travis Hunter, are you real who like there's maybe one other guy
Will
and, like,
Johnson.
that's good. Will Johnson, like yeah, there's guys like that. Like that would be the only thing. But the problem is you might need a top 5 pick for that. And I don't know if the Vikings are a top bottom 5 team in the league though.
No. And also to your point, I think Kwesi is going to be aggressive pretty much no matter what in this draft, unless the board really falls to his liking. We're like,
Yeah,
I know, like Mason Graham is supposed to be like a top 10 pick. So like maybe if he starts to slide to like the 7 to 10, then we slide up for him. So
yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, we don't. The real issue is we can't really be aggressive, is because we have no draft picks next year.
no.
We have like 4 draft picks next year. We don't have a second or a third, I'm pretty sure. We have like no draft capital. It's bad. Is the only issue. Like we can't be aggressive at all.
Nah.
Yeah, no. But like this is I'm gonna be honest, this is probably like very unrealistic. Like it could happen, but I wasn't this is not even like I mean, yeah, I would love us for us to be really good, but I also said like I've said, I don't want us to be like to the point where we make the playoffs because I don't want people to think that Sam Darnold is actually good and there's going to be questions of whether we should keep him for another year. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have next year we have a first round pick, a 5th round pick, and another 5th from the Browns.
Huh. Okay.
That's all we have. We have no draft capital.
So unless
unless we
sell at the deadline,
or that, but what are we going to sell? We have no players where it's worth trading.
unless one of them goes crazy, like a recent free agent pickup or something like that. But
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the season at all. I'm not gonna lie for the Vikings because I have to watch Sam Darnold play a quarterback, which yes, we have a very friendly system, but Sam Darnold, like, would it be awesome if we had the first 3 weeks of the Panthers, Sam Darnold the entire season? Yes.
yeah.
Will it happen? Probably not, but I mean, let's be honest, you're probably gonna get a feel of how it's gonna go within, if not the first week, the second week, because we have to play at home against the 49ers.
Mm.
So we're gonna get a good feel on how the season's gonna go. We also have a brutal schedule to start. Like obviously we play the Giants, but then you play the fucking 49ers, the Texans, the Packers, the Jets, the Lions, and then the Rams. That's just brutal.
Yeah.
And very like honestly, like if I wasn't like me, we play better at home generally, so that's why I have them beating like the Lions and the Packers at home. But realistically, if I was being more realistic, I would just probably pick the Lions and the Packers in that situation and have the Vikings going 7-10. which I might honestly just to be safe. I'm gonna do that honestly.
7-10.
7 and 10. I'm be safe.
All
I
right,
think
you need to
9 and 8 is crazy.
Got to update the other ones
Oh yeah, that's right.
so that I can.
The Packers and the Lions just get another win.
So 12-5 for each of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Or no.
13-4 for the Lions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna do that because I said 7 and 10 to begin with, and I feel like this is more realistic. I don't know because I was gonna go through this. I'm like, yeah, the Vikings are gonna come out to 7 and 10, and I think what I did is I honestly think that I like added some wins with like the Packers and the Lions, and that might have been it. But like I really only have us winning like home games basically. Actually, no, I have us going 4. This might be the most neutral thing, Brandon, out of any team is I have them 4 and 5 at home and 3 and 5 on the road. And then like the road teams are not good. Like the Jags and the Titans. Ugh. Then I have us beating who do I have us beating elsewhere? Oh, the Giants. Yeah, so bad road teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that feels better, honestly. That is more for punishment's sake than me actually like. Yeah, that's more punishment's sake. Let's see. With I don't know. What does yours say? What does yours say for draft picks wise? Because it tells you what is your draft order. Mine, the Vikings would be the 11th pick, just like they were this year.
Let's see. Do back to something. Where are they? Oh, the 8th.
I mean, that's not horrible.
Because I just have a cluster of teams at 4 and 13, and then 3 and 14, and then 2 and 15. So, yeah.
That's tough.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Vikings would to even like have a chance at like the top 2 corners. I don't even know what they'd have to finish like top 5. Like, is Travis Hunter going to go top 5?
If he keeps it up, yes.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, the only thing is like, what is he better at this point?
He's great at both, but since he plays both sides of the ball, it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's going to be allowed to play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, well, maybe in like more emergency.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if teams will allow him to. Is the thing?
Yeah. Cool.
Oh my god, this mock draft is one of the worst ones I've ever seen. I was just looking at one to see like kind of get a feel of like where teams would go, and Harold Perkins is the 2nd pick. Dude is not going top 10.
There's no way a linebacker goes a middle linebacker.
Or Drew Aller being the 2nd pick.
Oh, that's crazy.
Or 2nd quarterback taken. That's insane. Yeah, I don't care that much right now. All right. Well, yeah, that was. I don't know why I feel like less pressure on this, even though there's way more pressure.
I feel more confident after I read them. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I feel like I didn't have many. I feel like previous years I had some crazy teams, like record-wise. I had like some stretches, and I don't have as much this year. Like my only one is like the Jags being 3 and 14, and I think I had them going like 14 and 3 last year in the record predictions, and they just sucked. So who knows? But I think that's gonna do it for us here at Certified Beef. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See you later.